You're listening to the Big Shaw Sports Report on Northeast Streaming Sports.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Shaw Sports Podcast. I was supposed to do the best NBA shooting guards of all time in the NBA on my first show, but it was a big mix-up. So I'm doing it now. We're doing the top 10. So it's not going to be a 30-minute, 20-minute show, but we're just going to go with the flow. I have this list. It's a pretty good list. Well, I think it is. I really do think it is. Maybe some people, when they hear it, they may not agree. They may say, well, this player's too high, this player's too low. But my 1 and 2, it could have went both ways. So I decided with number 1 to just leave it there because at first I had number 2 at 1 for a minute until I thought about it and said, okay. So there's a lot of history behind that. So let's just start it at number 10. Number 10, he was a great player at LSU. He was real good. Got to the NBA. Had injuries here and there, but he was still a force. He could pass the ball. Man, he could pass the ball like crazy. I mean, literally pass the ball real good. Everything he did, to me, was pretty good. Passing the ball was great. I love the way this guy passed the ball. Matter of fact, I was looking at number 10. I'm going to tell you his name in a few minutes. I was watching him on YouTube yesterday. I know a lot of people may know who he is. When I say one of the greatest passers that came out of LSU. Man, I was like, this dude is amazing, bro. It's no way he could pass the ball like this. And I thought, and I still think that he can pass the ball. Well, he did. To me, he passed the ball better than Magic Johnson. Some people may look at him like I'm crazy. What? But he did. The man was a great passer, man. And I'm gonna go with Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete was great. He was good. A lot of people like me, I didn't get an opportunity to see him play because he was for my time. But we have YouTube, Google, and all that good stuff, and people that seen him play. I know a few older cats. They told me, man, he was great. He was a great player. Just the injuries. If he didn't have all those injuries, man, don't tell him what would have happened. But he was a great passer. So I threw him at number 10. He was good. He was great. And number 9. So I thought about it. I wanted to put him higher, but I said, I couldn't put him in the top 4. I really couldn't. But he was a force. He was a force to be reckoned with. He was awesome. He played great defense. He played great offense. He did almost everything good on the court. But he got hurt later on in his career. But he's a Hall of Famer. He had the length. He had the shot. He wasn't scared of contact at all. He drove to the hoop when it was time to drive to the hoop, and that's Tracy McGrady. Some may say, oh, man, he's at number 9. Why is he number 9? That's too low. Well, it really doesn't matter because this is my list. So I don't know where most people have him. I saw a poll yesterday. Some had him at number 10, in the top 10, which I have. Some had T-Mac in the top 10. Some had T-Mac, in the top 4. So you can go either way you want with this list. It's not, the list, oh my God, you're doing it so wrong. It really doesn't matter. Just have fun with it and go with the flow. And number 8, George Gervin. He was before my time. Number 8, number 10 before my time. I seen T-Mac play. So George Gervin, another great player in the NBA, great shooter. He did everything well. He was great. I sat back and I watched him for a few hours today on YouTube. So I threw him at number 8 because my number 7 guy, he gave Spike Lee fits. He would shoot your lights out, and he just did it. He was an assassin. It's Reggie Miller, because Reggie Miller, when he would get his feet together and the ball is coming in his hands, he had to step. You knew when he was going to shoot that ball. Soon as that ball went in his hand and he sat up, you about to go ahead and say it's over with because he's going to hit it. He's going to kill you with that shot, with that 3-point shot. one of the greatest three-point shooters I ever seen play. And yeah, we all know about Stephen Curry. We know what he can do. But man, I'm talking about Reggie Miller right now. Reggie Miller was awesome. The Young Bucks, they didn't see Reggie Miller play. They didn't see T-Mac play. It's kind of crazy that I'm saying it. I didn't see Pete Maravich or George Gervin, but I seen Reggie Miller and T-Mac. Now, the Young Bucks, they are like, oh, man, Stephen Curry. Man, go check out Reggie Miller. Check out how many teams that he knocked out of the playoffs. He gave Spike Lee nothing but nightmares. A great three-point shooter. Terrifying. Really terrifying. Terrified. He scared me sometimes when he hit that threes. At number 6, short. He was a short guy, but he was not scared of contact. He brought it every night, every day. I had to put him at 6. I couldn't put him in the top 4 at all because I just couldn't do that. But we all love Allen Iverson. We love him. I'm never going to forget that shot that he did. I think he stepped over I think it was Derek Fisher. He hit that shot and he walked over him and just looked at him. I can't think of that player who was, but I know it was a Laker. Allen Iverson. He was fantastic at what he done. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't scared of contact. The man brought the heat every game. He drove the hoop. He played very physical. He really did. He did his thing besides the practice with the coach there. But he did his thing. He was a very great player. Very, very great player. And it's not a lot of players like Allen Iverson that comes along. We don't see that every day. So we don't see that every year. You're going to see an Allen Iverson or a George Gervin or a Pete Maravich or a T-Mac. You're going to see him every few years. But Allen Iverson was very special, very good. He was good at Georgetown. The head coach there took him under his wing. He was a troubled kid, took him under his wing, got to the NBA. He changed the whole outfit game of the NBA. He really did. He changed that himself. He came in the league. He done his thing. And now he's doing even better. But he was very good. He was physical. He didn't let his height, do anything. He played the game really well. So Allen Iverson, he's my number 6. Love the guy. Love his play. Mad handling skills. Great ball handling skills. The man can shake you out your shoes, out your socks. How you looking this way and your body's going the other way. Allen Iverson is my guy. At number 5, another deadly shooter. He saved the Miami Heat. He sure did. He hit a lot of big shots. He was very clutch at the time. My number 5 guy is Ray Allen. Some may argue, well, was Reggie Miller, who was better shooter, Reggie Miller or Ray Allen? I would say Ray Allen was the better shooter. You know how many good shooting guards that didn't make this top 10 list? It's a lot of guys could have been on this list, like Latrell Sprewell. Could he be on this list? Possibly. Now, if I was making the top 20, top 25, I would throw Latrell Sprewell on there somewhere. I would throw Allen Houston, just to name a few guys that didn't make the list. These guys were good, but Ray Allen, he was lights out. When he had it on his mind, Ray Allen will destroy you. He would destroy the competition. He was an assassin. He could bring you back. he was that guy in Milwaukee, Boston, wherever team he went to. He was lights out still. It doesn't really matter. He was good. Number 4, Clyde Drexler. I think I've seen him play in Portland. I don't really think I've seen him play in Portland much, but I remember him more in Houston than anything during their championship day. Clyde Drexler, great. Y'all know about Clyde Drexler. If you don't, go look him up. Go look the man up. That's how great he was. And number 3, another legend, Dwayne Wade. Yes, he's at number 3. He ain't sure. He ain't going number 1 or number 2, but Dwayne Wade, he was good enough. He was a superstar. He won a few championships. He played the game right. He played it real well. He was one of the best to ever do it in the game, to ever step foot on the court. So Dwayne Wade is number 3. At number 2, I know some of y'all may be upset. Some may be mad. Some may want to throw food at the screen. But hey, it doesn't matter. You know why? Because this is my list. That's why it doesn't matter. So at number 2, this could go both ways. Honestly, I don't really care if anybody gets mad. It's just a list. I'm not getting paid for this. You're not getting paid for this. It's just something I love to do. I have Michael Jordan number 2. We all know Michael Jordan's history. We know how great of a player that he was. We knew what he could do on the court, game in, game out. We knew Michael Jordan was that guy. But let's not forget, Jordan lost a lot of games at one time. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget it. Jordan didn't win every game. He didn't make the playoffs every year. Let's not forget that. Jordan had flaws. It's like every other player. But he was great. He won the championships. He won the MVPs, the defense awards, all-stars. He did that. Jordan was that guy. But don't forget, Pippen was right there with him. Right there with him. So, at number 1, y'all know who is number 1. We all know the man. One of the greatest players close to Michael Jordan. One of the greatest players that we will never forget. I remember when this man was drafted to the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte was dumb enough to trade him away. That's when the legend was born. The Mamba. The man that we know as Kobe Bryant. I'm not going to say the late Kobe Bryant. It don't even sound right still. The legend, Kobe Bryant, is my number 1. He will stay there, in my opinion. Kobe was a freak of nature. He brought a different type of game to the NBA. He was awesome at what he did. I enjoyed watching him. I enjoyed the 81-point performance he put up. Even watched the game when he tore his Achilles. Came back and shot the free throws. Kobe was a good defensive player. He was clutch. He wanted the ball in his hand to put the team on his back. And that was a real leader. That was a real teammate, a real man. Regardless of what he done in the past, that's not what we're coming to talk about. But some people, they use it against him. But not me. I'm not going to do that. His legacy will live on because he was just that good of a player. So, but I'm not going to hold y'all guys up because I got to go to work in the morning. But Kobe Bryant was really, really, really good. If you tell me that Kobe wasn't good, you don't know basketball. You don't know basketball. Even people that aren't even Laker fans will tell you Kobe was great. We're just not saying it just to say it. I watched almost every game Kobe Bryant played, and I know wasn't the only one. Everybody went and panicked their game after Kobe. He was fierce. He was just that good. Kobe didn't care who you were. He wanted to challenge, and he brought it every game. Every game. Just like Michael Jordan did. Every game. Remember, Jordan played with the flu. Almost died. Who was right there on his side? Scottie Pippen. Don't forget that. Don't forget all these great games that these legends played. We complain. It's like with LeBron James. We complain and we complain and we complain about LeBron James flopping. But this man is doing a lot of great things outside the court. So let's be thankful that we're able to see these legends play, because we don't know the next time we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. We don't know what's gonna happen in the next 5 minutes. If something happens to LeBron James right now, Lord forbid, if anything happens to him right now, you know what's gonna happen? The NBA is gonna stop. Everything is gonna stop. Just like with Kobe, everything stopped. Everything. So it's just some things LeBron does that is not the flop. That's the only problem that I got with LeBron James. It's the flopping. But he's great. He's a really great player. He's not scared of competition either. He's the face of the NBA right now. But you got to respect his game, folks. But that's it right now for the Big Sean Sports Podcast. I want to thank everyone for listening. I did 2 shows. My mouth hurts. It's time to eat and lay it down. So y'all have a great night. I will be on Unscripted Thursday. I'll be on Unscripted Thursday. So thank y'all guys for listening. I know it's short, but I got to the point. I need to do the stats. We know the stats of these players. We know everything about these players. A real sports head. You know about Kobe Bryant. You know about Michael Jordan, George Gervin, Pete Mavericks, Tracy McGrady. Just number a few. But y'all have a great night. Remember, Big Sean Sports on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Thank y'all very much. If you don't like my list, just let me know you don't like my list. You're going to be all right. So thank y'all for listening to the Big Sean Sports Podcast.